Hi guys, you can hear me okay. Clyde PT3D, and today, primary thing is I'll get this finished up. I'm going to do the quick level on this. I had a little bit of a situation when I was printing these models the other day. One of them got caught at some point, and it kind of took my gantry out of square, so I had to make some adjustments. I was going to do a leveling on this last night. It got late, and I was making stupid mistakes. So that's what we're going to do real quick. I always say that I'm going to try and keep the video short, but I mean it today. So we're also going to focus on drying filament and when you may notice that you need to do so. So first off, we're going to do this. We are going to level our printer. So come on over here with me for a moment. We're going to do this. And if you have not done so and you do have the CR-10, I do recommend you getting these knobs from Thingiverse. I would like to give attribution to the person that designed this model, but I will be honest, I will have to look it up. So for now, let's see if we can't get you right in there. All right, so it looks like we are actually pretty close to level right now, at least on this corner. But I'm going to disengage the steppers by just turning off the printer. We do have a job queued up right now. Okay, so anybody that's dyslexic, well, I'm selectively dyslexic, so there's certain things that I do backwards and certain things that I don't. Well, in this case, I have a tendency of trying to raise the bed instead of lowering the bed. So just like on a regular screw, standard screw, which would be the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Well, right now the nozzle is too close to the bed, so I want to tighten this. So to tighten it, to bring the bed down, you just turn it this way. Bring this down. Don't forget, you have to let go of the adjustment knobs when you do this, because if you do not let go of the adjustment knobs when you do this, you're going to have a unique problem, which is you're not going to get it accurate because you're pushing up on the bed. So keep the paper loose in your hand and do a little bit at a time. Try to pass the stuff onto the nozzle. It looks like I got a little piece of filament stuck on the end there, so I'm going to get that off there. I'm just going to find a pair of nippers to get in there with. Let's see if I have enough room. Well, we're going to do this in the not so pretty way. All right, close enough right now. And all right, so that feels exceptionally loose. So I'm gonna go back the opposite direction. I got drag, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna come over here. We do this all over again on this side. All right, so we want to loosen this up because we want to tighten that. So I'm gonna raise the bed. So we're gonna go this way and let that bed come. There we go. See, that feels pretty good. Now I'm gonna go to the other side and do the same. I mean, technically I could have done it from that side as well, but I mean, hey, why not? All right, so I just want to get the paper under there first, which I'm not going to be able to do. So we're going to tighten this down a little bit, see if I can get the paper under it. All right, I got the paper under, and it feels pretty good. And then lastly, I'm going to move it over here. I have heard a rumor that some of these units used to have glass build plates that were not exactly true. So in other words, they were let's get that over there. All right, so hold on a second. This one's kind of a pain to get to from this side because of the cable keeper on the head bed or the heat bed. All right, that is too tight. All right, so we got the bed right about level. I guess the standard piece of paper thickness is like 0.1 millimeters. So I think we'll be within our tolerance. So first, I know that you should always level your bed after you move it, but it's easier for me to shoot the video from here. So I'm going to unplug this and move it. You're going to have to take my word for it that it's level, because I am not going to be running a job on this right now. I actually have some other stuff I need to get done. So I will put the job, well, if I can get it running real quick, I will, but I'm going to find an outlet. So we're going to move this over here. This will be a good, solid home for this printer. It's not moving, so it means it's mostly level. Some camera stuff around. Proximity of Jenny is a little bit tricky, so we're probably going to move Jenny over a little. All right. Jenny is moved. Make sure your filament is readjusted. You don't want that being a thing. Make sure it's just snug. Make sure your wires aren't pinched and that they're going to have enough room to move or breathe, which you do. That's, of course, the hot angles, which is what I want. Good enough. All right, so this one I have to plug it in over on that corner. So I need power. I do not have power. I don't have a power strip that I can use right now because I need to run the hydrator. So we are going to have to resume the printing applications shortly. So for right now, let's move you back over here. We'll show you what today's project is. I want to get close and personal. See if you can see me okay. Oh, yeah, you can see me great. All right, so one of the things that I have seen many tutorials on, but I've never actually done a video about it, is filament and when to dry it. There's a lot of different reasons to dry filament, and one of them could be moisture buildup. Moisture buildup shows up in a lot of different ways. Excessive stringing, which could also be setting problems. That smoking coming out the end of the nozzle, which can also be caused from running at too high a temperature. Inconsistent layers, where you get bulges and goob that just kind of show up on the print. And that happens when the water kind of evaporates in the hot end and then creates a pressure pocket, and then kind of squirts it out. So there's other ways too. Brittle filament kind of turns into pasta, which I have mentioned before. So like this is a piece of filament that should be okay. See, it went quite a ways before it broke, so but that would indicate to me that probably is a little bit too much moisture. I know, it's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? All right, so what we have here is our handy dandy specialty use filament dryer. This is a very expensive product. One that I don't even know if it's going to work or not. And I'm kidding about the expensive one. These really aren't that expensive. You can get them in many different sizes, configurations, and price points. So I suppose you just need to get one that suits your needs. This one is now turned on. I have never run this before, but we will now. All right, so we need to dry our filament. How long do we dry our filament, you ask? Well, it depends on the filament, but I'd say probably overnight. All right, so this filament is my wood filament. As you know, that when you introduce wood into anything, it tends to like to absorb water. So this is just a little on the brittle side, so probably a good candidate to put in our little filament dryer machine. So we're going to put that in there. Then we've got this green PLA by Digistruct. Fantastically printing, by the way. And, ooh, yes, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look how brittle that is. This didn't even take a 90-degree bend. See, watch. Ready? Well, okay, maybe it did that time, I guess. But either way, well, maybe it's not that bad. Or maybe it's just inconsistent. Either way, we're going to put that in. And then we got some black. So let's see how this black fares. This one is this probably pretty good filament. I mean, it's bending back on itself and it still hasn't broken yet. So, I mean, look at that. I tie a knot with it or shoes. So I think we may leave this one alone for the moment because I really don't want to, I don't know if it's necessary to put that in the oven. Let's find a different roll. I don't think I have any other rolls to bake right now. Well, you know what? We did get this sample filament from the CR-10S. And it did have a hole in the bag. So why don't we check this filament and see how fresh it is. Maybe we can put this one in. So this one, well, this doesn't feel like it's too old. Again, this one's bending pretty good. And it even stretches. So yeah, we're not gonna mess with that one. I don't know if there's a benefit to really drying something if it doesn't need to be dried. And if I had thought ahead of time, which I didn't, I would have brought my desiccating box, which is actually very similar in size to this, which is why I got this particular version. So, all right, so we're going to turn this thing on now with just the two rolls of filament because, oh, you know what? I do have one other roll we can check. Let's check this one. I don't think this one's going to need it. Nope. pretty much has a good, nice bend. I haven't had any, holy cow. Again, this one's stretchy. So yep, we're gonna leave that one alone. This one is a roll from, I don't know. Got the name somewhere. All right, so since I've only got 2 rolls this time, I'm gonna lay them down in the middle. Because if I'm not gonna put 4 in, why not? I'm gonna put them kind of towards the center of the oven, and I am going to dry them. So we're gonna put this on. I can put this on for 10 hours. So why don't we put this on for 13 hours. We'll go kind of a low temperature of, we'll do like 90, we'll do 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Sound good? We're gonna let that run for 13 hours. So I think that pretty much wraps up the what we're gonna do today. I'll tell you what, I wish you could be here with smell-o-vision because it smells like that new electronic smell. So why don't we do this? We'll reconvene tomorrow and we'll see how this filament comes out. Again, this one right now we're at about 115 or 125. I can't remember what the exact temperature was that I set it at, but in that range. So we're just gonna let it go, and until then, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.